The Broncos just sent a notice to the NFL while putting on a dominant display. Finally, a full game performance from all sides of the field, special teams, offense, defense. The Broncos just could not miss, and it was just a joyous watch from start to end. And man, how good does it feel? We need to wear these throwbacks every single time because we're 3-0 in them. Bo Nix has looked like wonderful in basically every time we've worn them. And man, it is a good time to be a Broncos fan. 6-2, like, come on. So that means that we are in sole possession of first place in the AFC West. Does not matter what the Chiefs do on Monday Night Football, and the Chargers are 5-3. So another week of being in the first place, and now it is time for teams to start taking us very seriously. And I do believe the Chiefs will not be underestimating the Broncos going forward. Bo Nix, when he isn't forced to throw 12 screens a game, looking like Peyton Manning out there. I mean, his stats were tremendous. Arguably his best day as a Bronco, in my opinion. 19 of 29, 247 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 117.4 passer rating. And that one interception did come at the beginning of the game. I think it was like the first drive or something. And from that point on, it was like he couldn't miss. The entire offense was in sync. We got our lead, and we never gave it back. We were constantly just putting it on the defense. And I think Sean Payton and just the play calling, I think the team realized, listen, we saw that fourth quarter against the Giants. We know if we let Bo loose that he can play. And man, did he ever. I mean, listen, the Cowboys' worst defense in the NFL, easily. You have to take advantage of that. And they did. 44 points. I mean, we were putting in backups within like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. Like, this was a bludgeoning. The Cowboys were putting in their backups. They even scored a garbage time touchdown with their backups. So this was an all-around dominant performance from the Broncos, something that we've all been waiting for. We were sick and tired of watching, very incomplete games, 3 quarters of nonsense, of really not doing much, and then all of a sudden really coming through and breaking through and making a statement on both sides of the field. Now, obviously, Patrick Surtain, he did go down with an injury to his leg. We are still waiting to see how severe the injury is, and if he'll have any extended period of time out. Where all of that is in question right now. It's all speculation. We don't know, but I'm sure we will do a video on it in the future once we know. Hopefully, it's nothing too bad. But considering what we were to do without Dre Greenlaw, without Patrick Surtain for a good portion of the game, and Dre for the entire game, this team they look like they are the real deal. Finally, I mean, this was the team that we were promised in the offseason, where they're like, okay, this is one of like the best teams that Sean Payton has coached. He said it's up there, and we were like watching some of these games. We're like, man, especially offensively, this does not look like it. And now we're here. Now where it's like, okay, that was impressive. Listen, the Cowboys, they went toe-to-toe with the Packers. The Cowboys aren't any slouches. They've had some impressive wins. They beat down the Commanders. They were ranked the number 1 offense in the league, and the Broncos really just put it on them. And that the defense had a great performance. They held the starting offense to 17 points before they got that garbage time touchdown with their backups. And just overall, I really could not be more proud of this. This is one of the best Broncos wins in a while. The Broncos' 44 points is the most scored in the Sean Payton era in Denver. I believe it is the most points they've scored since 2016. It's been a while. Quinn Minarez said that it was quite the grind last week to finally have that game where we're all working together and firing on all cylinders. It was great. Giving our defense a lead is very crucial going forward. And I love this energy of like, okay, let's stop messing around for all of the game and then playing close at the end, trying to get this clutch win. We figured out with the Jets and the Giants, okay, we can win the close games. We're not going to, get walked off every single time. We can, manage those situations. We have the experience now. Now let's dominate. Now let's just get a complete game from all sides. And it was just complementing each other. Turnovers that the Broncos were causing, turning into points for the Broncos offense. It felt like we could do no wrong, especially by the end. And just some of those Jahdae Barron getting his first interception of his career, holding Jake Ferguson, holding to his 0 receptions all game. And listen, I know there was a lot of penalties on Riley Moss. There was a lot of just like questionable flags. It felt like the refs were really picking on Riley Moss. And, we were worried about that before the game. That like, listen, they're going to throw his way a lot because of Pat Surtain. But then, Pat Surtain goes down. It becomes a Jahdae Barron, Riley Moss situation. McMillan is also, a huge part of that secondary. And I think they all played really well, all things considered. This is one of the toughest offenses we're going to be going up against. And the Broncos took up the challenge. 17 points is probably one of the lower scores that offense will score this season. And I'm just really excited about all of it. Seriously. Sean Payton said, I just didn't think that they could keep up with what we were doing. I love that we took one of the top defenses in football against one of the top offenses in football, and we won. And that might be putting it lightly. I just think, Broncos defense really just held the NFL's number one offense to basically 17 points before Milton came in. They are elite. And that is the message kind of going forward. This team really has so many weapons. Vance Joseph. I cannot really give you enough compliments on the defense that you have helped build. Ever since that 70-point game against the Dolphins, this defense has completely done a complete 180. They are the standard right now in the NFL. They're causing more turnovers, which we've been waiting for. They were causing stops and doing all kinds of great fundamentals defensively, but we were waiting for those turnovers, and we were getting them this game. It was really awesome to see, and just excitement, man. There's so much hype around this team, deservedly so. The Broncos fans deserve this. We've been gone through quite a bit recently. Bo Nix has had a lot of doubt thrown his way, and he really answered the bell. Pat Bryant, that touchdown to him was something else, wasn't it? That throw. RJ Harvery having 3 touchdowns on the day, doing the hat trick. J.K. Dobbins over 100 yards again. It was just, it made me so happy. And I know Broncos fans, we will be going to sleep very, very tightly tonight. It was just, nothing can hurt us right now. This week is something to enjoy for Denver fans. And, next week we have the Texans, obviously. So we'll see how that goes. Their offense still struggling. Hopefully the defense can take advantage of that next week. But let's just enjoy this win, guys. There's a lot of people who are doubting the Broncos. Like, listen, they can't keep up offensively with what the Cowboys are doing. They didn't care how bad the Cowboys defense was. And look what they're saying now. And look where they are now. They're looking silly. They're looking a little silly. And deservedly so, because the Broncos showed, the receiving core. Troy Franklin getting some touchdowns. The vibes are so high. Bo Nix, I really liked that moment of him running over to Pat Bryant to make sure he didn't, kick the football into the stands or something, because that was his first touchdown, and he wanted to preserve that for him. Like, Bo cares about his teammates. The chemistry seems to be really there. The play calling was just really on point. And obviously, we'll see how it goes up against a tougher defense next week with the Texans. But all of a sudden, it's like there's this confidence that exists now. We know we can put a complete game together, offensively, defensively, and special teams. So let's just keep this train rolling. The bye week's still ways down the line, but besides Pat Surtain, the Broncos are still relatively healthy, knocking on wood. So they just have to keep this momentum up. It's been a huge problem and discussion over these first 8 weeks. Like, can we believe in this Broncos team? And I think that overall we can. I think that they proved today that, like, listen, even if the Cowboys don't make the playoffs, that is a team that still has dangerous potential, and the Broncos gave it to them. Completely blew them out. We were hoping, like, okay, why aren't we blowing up the Jets? Why aren't we blowing out the Titans? Most teams would pick the Cowboys over both of those teams, and we destroyed them. So I think that there's a lot of good faith that the Broncos earned with their fans today, deservedly so. Sean Payton back in the good graces of, like, okay, you can call some plays going forward. For now, we'll see how it continues, and we want it to be a good streak. But, man, I'm just really excited. Bo was phenomenal. It was a historic performance once again. Listen, people were commenting in the short that I made about the Cowboys not winning in Denver since, like, before they won the Super Bowl last, and I was like, listen, if history keeps up, we will be winning this weekend. And boy, we just have a thing, man. We just blow out the Cowboys. The real Denver, the real Big D in America. is Denver, not Dallas. So sorry, Dallas. We are America's team this week. People will be talking about Bo Nix's performance, and they have to give us credit for this one because they wouldn't give us credit for any of our other wins, even the major comeback. So time to give the Broncos their flowers. They've earned it this week, and I'm really excited to see what they have to say. Because anyway, let me know what your favorite performance is from this week. I think Bo has to be up there because I still think, despite the first quarter interception, this was his best performance as a Bronco. Just considering the circumstances, what we just came off of, the emotional highs of the Giants win, and that's 5 straight wins, man. I mean, the Broncos are really looking good. They have the longest active home win streak right now. I think it's 9 in a row. So they're protecting, their home field. They are looking good while doing it in these bad boys. So again, you gotta believe, man. As dark as it looks sometimes, as frustrating as it can be, look where we are now. 6-2, top of the AFC West. I know there's a lot of season left to go, a whole half season left to go, but it's a strong start, and we should get used to this. This team is dangerous. This team is going to have performances like this going forward, and we just got to keep that momentum up. So anyway, let me know down below, who was your favorite performance? Was it RJ Harvery? Because I wouldn't blame you. The defense, how did you feel like they performed against, a really awesome Cowboys offense, especially without Pat Surtain or Dre Greenlaw? All these things that we've talked about, I really want to hear what you guys have to say because I can't, say how excited I am about the Broncos right now. They have earned just all the praise that they're going to get. Anyway, until next video, we'll break down all the injury updates, all just the things that are going on before the Texans game. But enjoy this one, Broncos country. Huge win, one of the biggest wins that we've had in a little while, and go Broncos.